You join us here in Portimao as we prepare for what will undoubtedly be a magnificent day of racing. It's time, of course, for the Portuguese Grand Prix. 2.9 miles of track at Portimao feature 15 turns, 9 to the right and 6 to the left. A lot going on this track, a lot of elevation changes that'll affect the driver's braking and acceleration. Keep an eye out for the DRS zone on the final straight. That'll be the setup for a lot of today's overtaking opportunities. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Perez, Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Stroll, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Gasly, Bottas, Magnussen, Albon, Sargent, Joe, and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me in the commentary box today, former racing driver herself, Naomi Schiff. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race, but I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. But the question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, and which ones have got it horribly wrong?
Okay mate, that was an illegal manoeuvre. You've got to cede that position or we'll receive a penalty. You've got 11th, that's 11th place. Stroll is ahead of you, that's Hülkenberg behind. The distance to the leader, 5.2 seconds. And that's 6 laps until your pit window's open. Okay, 17 laps to go now. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. And that's us in 10th position. Russell's ahead of you now. They're on fresh softs. Stroll behind. They're on fresh softs. Okay, so gap to the leader, 5.8 seconds. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. All right, 16 laps to go. Top 10 now, keep it up. P10, you're currently in P10. That's Russell just ahead. Push for the position. They're on fresh softs. That's Stroll behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Our gap to first place, 6.6 seconds. You've got 4 laps until your pit window opens. Nice move, good job. Okay, you're in ninth position. Norris just ahead, push for the position. Russell behind, they're on fresh softs. Okay, gap to leader, 6.9 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.5 seconds. Ricardo behind you now. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. And the time last lap, 1 minute 22.0. Here's some information on Russell for you. Okay, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. Lando ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. Time last lap, 1:22.0. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Alonso's ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We think they've got 1 more stop. Your last lap time, 1 minute 21.9. And you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. P7, 7th place. Alonso ahead. Okay, they're on old softs. Norris behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. The distance to the leader, 5.2 seconds. Okay, your pit window opens next lap. Okay, 12 laps to go. That's P5, you're in P5. Leclerc ahead. Okay, they're on old softs. Alonso behind you now. Okay, so gap to the leader, 5.2 seconds. Okay, your pit window opens next lap. Okay, 12 laps to go. Box this lap and push hard on the in-lap. That's P7 now, P7. Alonso's ahead of you. Okay, they're on old softs. Norris is behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Our gap to first place, 7.1 seconds. Your pit window's now open. Pit window is open. And 11 laps to go. Nice move, good job. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Esteban is in the pits. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 6.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just 1 lap old, and the time last lap, 1:44.0. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 6.4 seconds. Sat in P8, well done. Alonso ahead, they're on fresh mediums. That's Ricardo behind. Okay, the gap behind, 2.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 23.0 seconds. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. And that's 8 laps to go. Gap to your teammate behind, 0.3 seconds. Okay, gap to the car in front, 4.1 seconds. You've got P5, P5. It's Perez ahead of you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. That's Alonso behind. Less than a second separates you. The distance to the leader, 12.6 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, gap ahead, 2.6 seconds. That's P5, you're in P5. Perez ahead. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Alonso behind you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader, 12.8 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Perez ahead of you. And gap to the car in front, 1.2 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Time last lap, 1 minute 22.9. Final lap, push, push. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 4.9 seconds.
job, guys. We made some good progress, so just chip away every weekend, keep getting better. And
the checkered flag is out. We're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
Well, he's proved it time and time again to be, but the question is, can anybody stop him? And today the answer was no.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.